You know, if you're a first-time home buyer, I know you can feel discouraged at times or even wonder, gosh, with Austin's growth and so many businesses moving here, will it even be possible to find a home in my price range? Well, here's some good news for you. Just this past month, 53% of all of the closed listings were sold between the prices of $250,000 and $500,000. So this data shows that even though Austin is appreciating fast, the average home buyer with patience and some perseverance will still have the opportunity to find the right home. So how hot is Austin market right now? Well, according to Redfin, they're scoring at 68% hot. You know, how hot is that? Well, let's just dive in a little bit deeper. So I pulled from MLS just the last 7 days for the Austin metro area. And right now, in these last 7 days, 196 properties came on the market, so we're listed, which is fair, you know, given the holiday season. But a really important thing I want to point out, right now where we're sitting in the last 7 days, out of these 196 properties that came on the market, there were 107 price increases versus the 90 homes that were decreased. And this is a big switch because in the last several months running, we have seen sellers list high and for various reasons, you know, having to turn around and drop the price, which, you know, is definitely not a good thing for them. It, you know, because many times it can leave the buyers thinking there's something wrong with that home, as opposed to just the reality of the seller listing too high. So a little note for you, my sellers, don't fixate on the dollar signs and price too high. You know, you want to always list at fair market value, and obviously to have a realtor who will market your home aggressively to bring you the most buyers, which equals your highest and best price possible. So moving on. In the past 7 days, we had the 196 new active listings, but we saw 1,093 properties come off the market. And these were homes that were sold or gone pending or withdrawn. So that is a huge difference between what is coming on versus what has come off. And, you know, obviously we'll feel that dip in our inventory. So currently our inventory is right at 1 month supply. It had grown a little bit in October and early November as it slowed a little bit. And we are encouraged, although I guess we can still be thankful that we're at a full month as opposed to the crazy months of this past year, like April, May, June, that we sat at, you know, 2 weeks supply in almost every area and some as low as 1 week. So here's a Fannie Mae report that will also give you some information on these homes that were sold. And check this out. So look at the bottom right in the highlighted area and you'll notice the list to price sold ratio. So this says out of these homes that sold, they were going for only 1% over the list price. So good if you're a buyer. And now back on the inventory note, Redfin and Realtor.com do forecast an increase of home sales this year. So clearly we're going to continue to have inventory be a challenge. So now what is the median price in the overall Austin Round Rock area right now? So it's climbed to $470,000, which is 29.7% up. And by the way, the listings were up 6% with the average price per square foot being $288. Now in the city of Austin, the median home rose a bit less at 24.2% to $540,000. And here the sales decreased 4.3%, while obviously the actual sales dollars still increased 17.6%. So obviously we see that home prices have continued to climb, however the rate has slowed. And also the National Association of Realtors is projecting additional inventory coming on the market, so that should continue to reduce the speed of price increase. Now buyers note, not stop the increase, but it'll reduce the speed of it. And, you know, as of late, buyers have been making lower offers, although, as I mentioned before, stats still indicate 48% of the homes are still sold over list price, but not to be alarmed, you know, as I showed you, it's only on average of 1% over. So earlier I promised an update on interest rates. So in the last time, 31st of December, our conventional 30-year fixed rate is at 2.99 for a 30-year loan. And then you have the VA 30-year at 2.875 and the FHA 30-year coming in at 3%. So thankfully, you know, for the moment, you see the mortgage rates remain in the low territory, although experts do predict rates to go up this year. And most of them are saying from 3.6 on up into low fours. You know, I don't think this is going to shake the market too much, but it's definitely something to be aware of when you're looking at your DTI or your debt to income ratio and how much of a house payment you can afford, because that will be affected. So if you enjoyed, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you stay in the know and up to date on Austin real estate. And if there's any way I can help you with your specific needs, please reach out, you know, text, call, email, whatever method you like. And again, my name is Susanna Gentry. This is Tuesday's Tips from your Austin, Texas Realtor. See you next week.